All right, back here for game 5. I'm on the play. Hand's pretty average, but good enough.
And a good mix of lands and spells. Really hoping I draw a 2-drop. But I'm gonna keep 2-drop. Okay, game trail.
Visionary.
So lucky.
Go.
Didn't do it. Pass.
Hit you.
19.
Let's go.
Plant.
Yep.
You can go.
Attack Nissa both.
Block the husk. Jesus.
Go.
Stop it.
Just getting husks on the battlefield before this because it pressures planeswalkers the best. Yep.
And I'll make 2 creatures and pass.
Okay.
Just needed anything but husks. I have this planeswalker redraw. Not going to be able to get a lot of traction.
Alright, I will play my spells. So now I want to decide whether I'm willing to offer up one of these 2 creatures to the wolf. But that would basically mean that Ross's planeswalkers die. So I think I'm fine with that. So I'm going to send these 2 at Arlen and 1 each at a planeswalker.
Okay, I will block the 2 husks.
Yep. Sack Loam Dryad, Scry. Bottom that. Go. This way, if he wants to bolt something with Arlen, it'll die, so.
Ugh. Yeah, let's bolt the Sifter.
I don't think I want to sacrifice anything, so I'll just put it on a husk.
And this is not going well. So play Arlen. It's just going to die immediately. But I think that's fine. Yeah, make a wolf.
Yep.
And a plant.
Yep.
You can go.
Huh. Well, it's probably going to be really hard for Ross to beat this, so guess I'll just tap this for mana. I guess this doesn't actually do anything because I have to sacrifice the Scion. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sacrifice this to make Westville Abbey. So, yeah, sure. And we'll just move. Question is whether I want to commit to... Oh, no. Wait.
You have to sacrifice everything.
Yeah. Okay. I thought for some reason I can cast another spell, but I can't. So the question is whether I want to commit to just attacking Ross 3 times in a row, or just kind of keep smashing his position. I think it's a little safer just to attack Nissa this turn, because that ultimating can actually just threaten to catch Ross up theoretically. It's going to take 3 hits instead of just 2, so I'll just kill Nissa.
Okay,
29.
You go to 29.
Yep, go.
We're going to need to draw some PN Kieran's.
Yep. My fear is that if Ross just peels PN Kieran, he can chump block until he Nissa ults, and then maybe he can start pulling ahead from there.
Real Mountain.
Yep.
So I have this Chandra.
Yep.
And I could just make some 3/1s plus this Arlen and attack for 12. But that's really not going to get me anywhere. Like, Michael's just going to kill the Chandra this turn. I need to actually set up a board where I can gain some traction, and given that my hand is quite bad,
Sure.
I'll draw 4 cards. This could end up doing something, I guess. And now I can plus the Arlen, and I should probably read this emblem. Creatures you control have haste, and tap deal equal to their power to a creature or player. That's probably not particularly good. I'm probably not going to get to emblem it, but I don't think the other side is worth much either. Oh, the other side could be worth something with this. So I'll bolt you and attack for... Gotta be wary of Hissing Quagmire.
Yeah, I do have Quagmires.
So this plant's not going to do anything. If Michael just wants to animate Quagmire and attack, that's good.
All right.
So bolt you, attack for 2.
So I'm at 24. Yep.
You can go.
Yeah, alright. Attack Chandra.
You're at 33.
Yep. Play Recruiter. Go.
Okay. Well, I will play a Unwear Battlements. A Tarka, deal a bunch of damage to that thing.
Okay, don't reveal anything.
Sweet. Plus on the Atarka, attack for 12.
Okay, 21.
You can go.
Attack Arlen.
You're at 30.
30. Go.
Being Karen. Not quite. I'll load this thing.
Alright, activate. Get... That's interesting. Don't think this is gonna do much with what we got. So... I mean, neither is this, though. Yeah, sure. I'll take the... I have no idea what's better here. I guess the Husk.
Thing down. Bash for 10.
10. I'm at 21.
I do at 30.
Or 20.
Yeah, you're at 20. Play Game Trail Pass.
Yep. Alright. Attack you.
10 to 29.
Play Blister Pod.
And a Husk.
Husk. Go.
Being Karen. It's sort of like being Garen.
Thopter Engineer.
So yeah, that doesn't really make a difference.
Big ol' hanger back.
Yeah, 4/4.
Okay.
And so I can go to 1, but then I'm just dead to Cutthroat.
Also just swarm around you at that point.
No, I mean, yeah.
I mean, like, I can just not attack until I'm ready to, like... Yeah, I can just send this until I have, like, 5 lethal things in play.
I'm not sure how I win chumping away the Atarka, though. I guess I would have to block all 3 of the other things, but this would...
And then your hangerback's not even going to crack, like... I'm not necessarily obligated to...
Well, I mean, this just goes here, this goes on a Quagmire, and the plant jumps a Blister Pod, and...
I mean, I guess you could
but then
block the Quagmire, too.
Yeah, that's actually better. Well, I guess you could just sack the Quagmire to Husk, then. So, my hangerback is actually not...
I also don't...
likely to flip.
I don't think you're going to win unless the game goes super, super long, and at that point, you can't go to 1, because then I'll just draw Cutthroat eventually.
Yeah, I'll just pass.
Alright, attack.
You're 38.
Go.
And pass.
Let's see. So no, still 1 mana off of animating everything. Visionary. That's pretty good. All right. Tacky. Should I wait on this? I think I can just wait on this. I think this. If I just hold this for P and Karen, then that pretty much takes all Ross's out. So I'll just attack.
1 to 47.
Go.
Add a counter.
Yep.
Okay. I guess that probably wouldn't have been good either way. But is that going to do anything? Through Chandra. And I can get 2 cards out of it. I guess if I just draw Pain Karen, I have some flyers anyway.
Yeah.
Unless you have Minister of Pain. Yeah, which is clearly the card you have. But yeah, that's the only thing I would do.
Sure.
Draw 2 cards.
Hey, at least you're going to deal me 2 damage with those with Chandra.
Yeah, that's small victories. Got another land here. Got a Hangerback Walker, and I'm dead.
Okay. All right, back here for the conclusion of Green-Black Aristocrats versus Red-Green Tokens. I didn't get to show off Distorted Mindbender, Distended Mindbender. I don't know why I want to say distorted. But the one game I drew it and cast it early, it took both of Ross's relevant spells and was a 5/5 attacker.
Not just my literal 2
the
spells.
The only
2 spells I had.
Yeah. So I at least got to cast it that game and show off its potential power. It was really freaking good.
I got to make a giant melded thing.
You did. You died the next turn.
I was immediately dead on board, but achievement unlocked.
Right. I mean, I think my card's a little bit better, but so it goes.
My card's so big though.
Takeaway from this matchup, still looks
So
like
big.
the red-green deck is very vulnerable to Westphal Abbey. I don't think it's really gotten any tools that has changed that.
You can play Clipwigs out of the board, but with you only having 1 copy, it's awkward for me to try to play that game and have the threats align. Maybe I can bring in Evolutionary Leap to help there.
Sure.
So you have some ways to maybe handle it, but you have to be in a good position anyway. You can't come from behind usually and beat it unless you have a very fortunate string of draws. And that is certainly an issue with the deck, and one of the reasons that white has been so dominant as a color is how versatile their removal is. I think my major issue with the red-green deck was that it continued to be inconsistent. I think you probably need Oath of Nissa to just smooth over the mana and help you just find early plays. I was without a 2-drop every game, and just my Planeswalkers were clearly just not as good at that point. You were able to pressure them and make me chump block Husks, and I was never really able to gain a lot of traction in a lot of the games. And the one game I was able to gain some traction with the early Thopter cards, I was actually able to take it down by dodging about 30 cards from Minister of Pain.
Well, whatever.
So they gave me 1.
Unfortunately, didn't really get to show off Emrakul's Evangel. I did board it out just because of the texture of this matchup. But again, I think that's just another generically powerful card that improves this Aristocrats deck. Just, vomiting your stuff onto the board, making your Husk super threatening, having Catacomb Sifter and Zulaport Cutthroat to give yourselves, lots of looks at various powerful cards. Collected Company, now Distorted Mindbender. I think this deck is solid. I think it's going to pick up more popularity versus the more ambitious Reflector Mage Displacer 4-color versions.
And that started happening towards the end of this season. I saw some Green-Black Aristocrats decks pop up again, sort of cycled back in. Mm-hmm. The metagame shifted a bit to help that deck out. Fewer Kalidases around, which is a big issue for it. Less of an issue for the deck that has Reflector Mage. And just being able to sort of combo kill people. Cutthroat is just so powerful. That ability is so powerful that it was pretty good against the very just board presence heavy aggressive metagame that we had.
Yep. So, I mean, I still like this deck. I like the Mindbender. I like all the Emerge cards. I think they're awesome. Hopefully, we'll get to show them off a little bit more in the coming weeks. But this deck looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Eldritch Moon Standard is firmly upon us. That's exciting.
Yeah, we got a few more videos to do with some sweet new cards. I'm sure we'll come up with some nice stuff. I'm sure you'll build a Demonic Pact donate deck.
Yep, I already got one.
Probably. I'm surprised you only have one.
Ross wouldn't let me play it this week. Full disclosure.
No, we got that one needs to be a bit more. Has to have some more care into it.
He's got No, my list was great. You just have to vet it properly with a matchup that you deem reasonable.
Yeah. It is a strange deck.
It is definitely a strange deck.
They need to match it very carefully, not just jamming creatures at each other.
Undoubtedly, I will be trying that at some point, but this set's awesome. There's tons of build around me cards. There's lots of stuff that I'm interested in trying. So
that's happened the last year of sets, where we just have every set just has 50 cards, and you have to find out which 20 are actually good.
I agree with that, but I think this set is actually more pronounced than usual.
Yeah.
Like you look at Liliana, it's like, well, this card is clearly powerful, but I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing with it yet.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna do some stuff with the graveyard probably.
Yeah, even the generic Gisela, the really powerful pushed angel with a bunch of stats. You can build your deck to where she melds into an unstoppable thing that prevents your opponent from playing spells.
Or you can just have her as the top end of your aggressive deck's curve.
And that's a lot of versatility in your 4-drop creature.
Yeah, we got some brewing to do.
Yeah, for sure.
I've got a long bus ride tomorrow. I'm going home for a little bit. Gonna play in SCG Worcester this weekend.
I didn't beat him to the punch. I was gonna mispronounce it, but that was well done.
Got out right in front of it. So the long car ride, I'm sure I'll break out a notebook or type on my phone. I don't know. I'll break out something. I'll do some brewing. I'll come back next week with a bunch of sweet decks
for sure. In the meantime, this weekend it feels like it's been a while, but the SCGTour is back in Worcester.
Lovely Worcester, Massachusetts.
With Boswell and CVM doing commentary on SCGLive. It'll be a little legacy action.
I'll be there playing some Storm.
Yep.
So be prepared. Bring all your chalices.
Bring your Eldrazi.
Don't actually bring your chalices. I hate
Ross.
playing against that card. But if you really want to beat me, then now you know how. Yep. If you didn't already know, I'm playing Storm. Deck is great.
So that's a good segue into the beginning of Eldritch Moon Standard. Get some legacy out of the way before the new cards come out, and then we'll be doing battle of those for a little while. But
we got SCG Worcester, then pre-release, then release. Then the GPs the week before the Pro Tour. There's limited Grand Prix, and then the Pro Tour.
Yep.
A nice little summer of magic.
It's coming up, but it should be a lot of fun. Join us this weekend in...
Well, join me this weekend.
Join Ross this weekend in Worcester.
Or as the people in this office pronounce it, anything other than Worcester.
Worcester.
Worcester, Worcestershire. And literally anything. Anything goes. I'm surprised they all start with a W. Could be like Zestershire, Hampshire.
Thank you, Ross.
Yeah.
But, yep, join us this weekend there for Legacy, or check us out at SCGLive. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Which is over here.
And then there's something down here, I think.
I think that's more videos.
Yeah, no, I think you're more videos. I'm subscribed.
I think he has it backwards, but you can tell right now because that graphic is on your screen.
Let us know in the comments who was right.
Yeah,
this is very important.
I'm pretty sure I'm right, but
he's not.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.